A little bit of notation. We're going to see a variety of mathematical notations in this course. We already saw one, which is this like probability. When we put the p in the parentheses, we're asking about a particular kind of proportion. Um, Here's another little bit of notation. In mathematics, the or is often notated with this. It's called cap, and the and with what they call the cup. Why? I honestly don't know. That's just the way it is. So if you say here, this is my population, people who have neither of these are kind of outside both of these circles. This is a Venn diagram where the pink people are in this circle and the people with hats are in this circle and the people with both are in the middle. So if we call these two groups of people A and B, when we talk about A or B, or A union B is also used. You use this little cup a lot of the time. You'll see that if you're talking about and, or what mathematically they call the intersection of these two sets, you'll see the little cap symbol, and that's referring to the group of people who are in that intersection. So one way to remember the symbols is just that the cap looks like N, is an intersection or and the cup is a U basically, which is union, same as or. So that's one way that you can remember it. But the main point is the notation is not actually important. You have to see it because you have to understand what it is so that you can read this stuff. But it's not. It's just a little game. It's just like a shorthand, right? Like the same way that when language is not what's written on the page, and we're so used to reading that we think of language as like letters, but that's not what it is at all. Language is what we speak, what we understand, right? It's totally in our heads. And math is the same way. Math has nothing to do with symbols and formulas. Math just has to do with like patterns that people understand conceptually. So look, if there's like 100 different ways that people write something as simple as division, and none of them is like better or worse. They don't really mean the same thing. It's just a different way of kind of like writing the shorthand, so that when you see the symbol, it means that, right? That's all it is. And in fact, all of this stuff is new in mathematics until super recently. All of mathematics was completely rhetorical. It was just people explaining things in words. So if you were to write like 2 plus 2, when I say 2 plus 2 in your head, you're already seeing the symbol for 2 and then a plus and the symbol for 2. The way that would have been written in 1500 or 1400 would be 2 and 2. So literally TWO space A and D space TWO. Like 2 and 2 are 4. So all of they had the symbols for the numbers, but for these operations they didn't have them. And also this is just kind of like a way people got tired of saying the same things over and over and over again, and you just want a faster way of saying it or a faster way of writing it. And that's where all this notation comes, but it's really not important, and you can make up your own. Like if you want to write it a different way, as long as you convince people to be able to read what it is that you've written, it doesn't really matter. Like the important thing is the idea. So actually, I can show you the way that people in France would write. You could say like, so the plus sign actually comes from this, because people would write so 1 and 1, like 1 plus 1, and this little et, it means and in French, and also in Latin. So like if you've seen like et al, same thing. But what is this? So people started writing faster and faster, and that's where the plus sign comes. It literally means and. All right. Just a little bit of history. Hopefully that helps you be a little bit less intimidated by notation. There's nothing really to it. It's just some symbol that at some point some person decided this was going to be used, and then enough people started using it, and now that's what people use. There's nothing really to it. All right. So when you see the thing on the right, that looks intimidating as fuck. Like, what the hell is going on? What are these cups? What are the caps? The P's? Whatever. But it's just not important, right? Like you just have to navigate that enough to understand that this is just counting, right? It's really just the thing on the left. if I count all the people who have either of these two things in my population, that's the same as counting the people who had just the first thing, adding all the people who had the second thing, and then taking away the people who I double counted. That's it.